Hey
Hi.
everyone, how are you doing? So today we're doing something a bit different because I am joined by Linda Reynolds, I've known Linda for 5 years, 4 years,
Yeah,
5 years,
over
Linda.
5 years
How long do you
now.
reckon?
Definitely.
So,
2000.
and what Linda doesn't know about the industry, and what Linda doesn't know about the kind of the travel industry isn't worth knowing. And there's so much kind of information out there. There's so much, the whole industry is in flux at the moment. And I thought, let's get Linda on to just kind of give us updates, to tell us what's going on, and kind of really just help us out and understand what's going to be happening. Maybe what's going to be happening over the next couple of months. So, Linda, thanks for joining us today. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Thank you for having me. It's nice to see you again. We agreed to do this after the 5th of April update from Boris, so we thought we'd get together today and chat about what's happening in the travel industry, or what's just happening in general with our lives as well, wasn't it? We thought we'd have a catch up, didn't we, Gary, online?
Yeah, why not? It's a catch up that we're just recording and it's going live.
Yeah, that's it. So we were all excited yesterday for the 5th of April because I think within the travel, we thought we were going to get some hard facts, and I think everybody else was looking for more information. It sounds as though the date still stands. So next week, the 12th of April, they should have more information about travel. But today, they've had wigs from Virgin, British Airways and Heathrow Airport all in one room, or one Zoom room, discussing the future of travel and how the airlines together and release themselves to the public, or at least have a guideline of what they can and can't do. So that's quite interesting. That's unheard of, because British Airways and Virgin for many years were rivals, and the dirty tricks campaign, and Virgin and British Airways were never ever friends. But it's lovely to see that the industry is coming together and discussing things. So yeah, I don't think it was quite what people were expecting. What about you? What did you thought was going to come out of yesterday? Did you listen to it, Gary, at all?
I'm going to be honest, I didn't listen to it, purely because things change so quickly, and I kind of look at the announcements as, and it's been like the news, I hear what I need to hear from different places, so I can get summaries from different news sources really, really quickly. And I like that bit of information, but to listen and sit down and watch for a long period of time, I struggle to keep that concentration. So no, I didn't listen to it, and I didn't watch it. I actually spent time walking around a nature reserve, which was even better. So that's what I did. I'm happy with that. But in terms of your,
Gary.
but in terms of your industry, over the last 12 months, God, we've been chatting kind of on and off, during that time. And every time we chat, there's something new, or something kind of new, or something that kind of stopped, or those changes. How's it been for you in the industry over the last kind of 12 to 14 months?
It's been it's been unheard of, hasn't it? I was going to use the unprecedented word. It's been unprecedented. I've used that word. Something we've never experienced. None of us ever dreamt that travel would stop completely. I mean, we've had things like ash clouds, 9/11, earthquakes, tsunamis, and various things that, as an industry, we've dealt with incredibly well, but nothing that has sort of stopped the industry completely like this. So it's been very difficult. I think people are only doing about 20% of bookings as they would normally do, predominantly 2022. If you're looking to go to the UK is going to have a bumper year. So anybody in the UK that's got a guest house or a business, this is going to be their bumper year, because everybody at the moment, it looks like they're staying at home until we get these announcements 17th of May. And even when we get the announcement on the 17th of May, as and if we can travel, it may be only to certain destinations. So it's if you can't accept change, it's very difficult to be in the travel industry at the minute. That's what I would say.
Very true, very true. And so what are the guidelines and the rules at this point of time, as we're recording today at just gone 12 o'clock on the 6th of April? What are the current guidelines, and what is the next steps?
Of this moment, they have a global travel group that are looking into where we can travel, when need vaccine test, is it safe to go to these countries? So on the 12th of April, we're hoping for an update on that. Yesterday, really, we were with the vaccines and the update of the dates we've been given. We've always been told it's down to the science. As a whole, yes, we're all getting vaccinated. It looks really great for the UK, but we can't have this system of traffic lights to go into other countries until we know about how they've been vaccinated. So it's all about the vaccines. The only issue, from my opinion, in the vaccines is there are different variants. So even if you're vaccinated, you may still not go on holiday because they might have a South African variant, which they've said today, the AstraZeneca vaccine, the South African variant, it doesn't treat it. It gets around it because this virus wants to live, basically. But with regards to the traffic light system, that's quite interesting. So you've got green countries, you'll have amber countries, you'll have red countries, and there'll be a set of rules attached to each traffic light. So it may be, yes, you've got to prove you've had your vaccine, but you may also have to have a PCR test when you arrive somewhere and a PCR test to come. So travel as a whole is not going to be a cheap experience. I think people have to be prepared to make sure they've got a really good insurance to pay for PCR tests if they wish to travel. So that's how I'm reading the traffic system at the moment. On the 17th of May, then with different countries as to where we travel. But it's such a fluid thing that's happening. You know, it can look really well in a country and then all of a sudden there's I think behind the scenes there's a lot of chatting going on with different countries, and it may be that we end up going to islands first. I mean, my prediction is we'll go to, say, the Greek islands, Cyprus, Sicily, Sardinia, the Balearic Islands, Canary Islands. That's where I can see opening up because it's very easy to test all those people and vaccinate and control the number. That's my opinion.
Mm-hmm. So actually it is good. So there is people will be able to travel. They will be able to go to different places where at the moment is a bit unclear, but there are going to be hurdles because obviously people want to be protected on both sides. You know, people going into the country want to be protected, and people, it's all about the risk of spread, isn't it? So I would say that's a bit of a case for optimism, a little bit. It's positive.
Yeah, I'm on the positive side. Definitely on the positive side. The demand's so high there. We weren't designed to be same place, even within our own country. So I think we have to be positive, but we also have to be extremely careful. And it's still going to be an advisor. We're still going to wear masks on aircraft. I don't think we're going to see that completely lifted, even though we're talking about June possibility going back to some sort of normal get together with 5,000 crowds. And I think we're all to be very conscious. But I think the track and trace will be the best, and supporting people that have to, quarantine in their own homes, people who have to isolate. I think that's where the support's needed. So as a traveller, you need to consider if you go to a country and then it goes into the red traffic light or the amber traffic light, you may be asked to quarantine on the return. So travel's going to be a luxury for people who have got flexibility, don't mind change, and don't mind having PCR tests. That's what I would say.
Cool. And if they didn't want to go through that, or they didn't want the uncertainty or the stress of things changing, they can look closer to home, I'm guessing.
Yeah, look closer to home, book in advance. Don't be surprised if prices have doubled. But daily at the minute, we're seeing some beautiful properties come on, and more caravans, more boats, more unusual properties coming in. July and August, I'd say, is pretty chock-a-block in the UK. The advice is it's illegal to travel at this moment, but it's not illegal to book a holiday. So you can book a holiday for later in the year. You can book a holiday for 2022. And I'm taking loads of inquiries, wedding inquiries, all sorts of inquiries for 2022. It's not illegal to book a holiday. That's what I'd say. What I would say is I'm booking things that are very flexible, low deposit, where they allow us to do changes. So that's a plus for people who are looking to book. Find somebody that will look after you, i.e. a personal travel agent, or any independent agent that's been working their socks off the last year. Go and give them your business. They will look after you. That's why they're still here a year on. But yeah, be prepared to find something that suits your needs. And if you don't like change and updates holiday, but book one where you can get a cheap, flexible, refundable holiday, and your agent will know where to find us.
Nice. We've got a question that's just come in, and I thought I'd throw it up over to you. We've got a Facebook user. So for the people who are watching it elsewhere, we're recording this on StreamYard. You just need to accept StreamYard as a permission before you do that. And then we'll be able to see your name, Facebook user. Sorry, I don't know who this person is. But I just got Shardon's going to be chock-a-block with cruises. I'm guessing this could be someone in Scotland watching. But yeah, do you think, is that going to be a good location to go to?
I mean, at the moment with the cruises, what they've done is a lot of the cruise liners, MSC, P&O, Princess, they're locating their cruises over the next 12 months around the British Isles. Now, unbeknown to people, British cruises before the pandemic were the fastest selling cruises because we had a lot of inbound tourism from all over the world, and people would book a UK cruise and it would allow them to travel around the ports. Now, some of these cruises, they are giving you the cruise experience, but they're not actually stopping at any ports. So you're actually getting the experience of a 5-star floating hotel. So you've got all the facilities on board the ship. So whether that'll be surfing, running tracks, zip wires, some of these cruise ships are incredible what they've actually got on board. So what they're doing is giving you the cruise experience and giving you the sight of going around to the UK. There are a couple of the cruises that are stopping off at Scottish Islands, at Liverpool, and so on, and starting off at Southampton, Tilbury, Dover, Newcastle, Liverpool. So they are starting off in various destinations. So I think at the moment the cruise lines are looking at very much less numbers on board, very controlled ways of visiting places, whether it be Liverpool, the whole numbers, masks, gel, where you can visit, so you can still go around an art gallery because you can sit in some of the art galleries, museums, outdoor places you can visit. So I think the cruise operators are envisaging that they can give you tours around the islands. So it should be good.
Love it. And you mentioned 2022 as, people are booking their holidays and looking forward to 2022. Does that mean just kind of playing devil's advocate, but have some people wrote off 2021 holidays and just gone, do you know what? I don't need the stress of kind of it changing at all. I want to be safe. I want to look after myself, my family. Let's just focus on 2022 because hopefully by then things have kind of changed and calmed down.
I don't think people have written off 2021. I've got a list of people that have said to me, and I know as soon as any announcement's made, my phone will start pinging and emails will come in. It's the supply and demand ratio. It'll be interesting to see. So I think I've said before, I've got 50% of people really relaxed about it. They're on a list and they're saying to me, if we open up, ring me, this is what I want. So I've got a list of sort of registered bookings, and people are saying, I want to go to Greece, I want to go to Cyprus, I want to go to Florida in October if that's possible. What we need to remember is in these countries, people are already holidaying. So, if you're in America, they're still going to Disney, they're still going to Florida. If you're in Italy, they are still traveling around Tuscany or going to Naples. It's only the international travel which has stopped, and obviously depending on where the virus is or if there's outbreaks, that has stopped the travel. I'd say I'm about 50-50. I've got 50% who are very open-minded and are thinking of going this year, and they've got UK breaks. And then, there's just a lot of people just holding back. They're just surveying the situation like they're all of us. Personally, I've got 3 holidays in place, but I'm quite happy to book and change them. So, I'm in a position where I can do that quite quickly, and I know what I'm doing to do it. And I obviously book things that are pretty flexible and the deposits are low. So, no.
That's good. That's good to know. And that was kind of my thought. That's kind of why I wanted to get you on. today, because it was obviously to give people updates about the travel industry. There's also to give you a shout out because you're the person who I go to and talk to about travel and all that kind of stuff. But also, I know there's a few people who are holding back. And it's interesting you say about the 50-50, because talking to people at networking events, talking to people kind of on Zoom calls, that's actually probably reflected in people not just on holidaying, but going out and seeing people face to face after this amount of time without seeing them. So actually, it's quite interesting to see that and to kind of hear that. If we're going to finish off this interview, because we'll get you back in a couple of weeks to kind of carry on this conversation as updates go along. But if you're going to kind of sum up what you want to tell people and give someone a quick update about today, how would you all sum it up in one sentence or one paragraph?
I'd say be open-minded, use a travel professional, and do what you want to do. If it makes you happy in the UK, go in the UK. If you want to book some future holidays, book them, but be open-minded that you may need to change them. But do what you love. If you enjoy going on holiday, why not book a holiday? Have something to look forward to. That's what I would say.
And do you know what? On that note, I'm going to leave it there. If people wanted to find more info about you, where can they connect with Linda Reynolds on Facebook and all that kind of stuff?
So you can find me on Facebook as Linda Reynolds, personal travel agent. I work in partnership with the co-op, so your money's fully protected. You can find me as travel agent _Lynn on Instagram and on Twitter. And yeah, you can just pick up the phone to me. I'll drop my number. I'm always happy to chat and help people. And over the last 12 months, I've helped quite a lot of people that didn't actually book with a personal travel agent. But yeah, I'm very easily accessible. But thanks for your time today, Gary.
No, all good. Thank you very much for your time. As I say, we'll catch up again in a couple of weeks' time once there's a bit more kind of movement on it. But lots of food for thought, lots of cause for optimism. Linda, thank you very much for your time. Everyone watching, thank you very much for joining us. And we'll see you again next time.
And we'll see you for the live show. I'm looking forward to that, Gary. See you soon.
And on that note, let's do this.